Bing boing bing. Everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skip. Hey guys, this is Everybody's Got a Story to Tell with Toddy One Skip, and we got a story to tell. Guys, you have written to me a few times about this the copper wiring, and so I watched Deep Soul Diver, Kathy. Her name is Kathy, with her timeline. So first of all, great job with the timeline, just really precise with the timeline, spending that time making a timeline. And you don't know me, I mean that. I sincerely mean you spent time on something, it made complete sense. You got a little confused sometimes, but I'm like, damn, like, look at all that shit. So kudos to you. Seriously, I don't, I just, as a content creator, it was interesting. So I gotta say that. Um, as far as anything more of it, there's something in that. I think that there's something to that. You know, I didn't realize. We heard about the copper, um, from Larry, right? Not from Larry, but we heard about them stealing copper and how much money and stuff. I didn't know the specifics of where the copper comes from, that it belongs to the telephone company, that it's against the law for anybody else to have it. I didn't know any of that. So there is obviously something very serious about stealing copper, which I'm ignorant to because I've never thought about stealing copper. I've never thought about it. I know back in the day, a lot of things had a lot more copper in it because I remember it being a big deal in the 60s and 70s. You heard of people stealing copper, but I haven't heard of that in a while. So again, kudos to Kathy, because Deep Soul Diver. I bet I don't want to get the channel name wrong. Anyway, and I'll put that link below. So that kind of puts a spin on some stuff that we've been hearing about, how there's more to it than the Whittakers and this and that and everything else. That, right, definitely puts a spin on it. It doesn't make it better for me, in my opinion, that people are still trying to take advantage of the situation and try to split up the family. Sonny Alexander, like, the state is involved, and let the state take care of Betty. Stop it. She's a puny person, Sonny. So she feels like she's got to have the power to move people weaker than her around and try to do shit like that. Yeah. Anyway, I also want to say, wasn't there a screenshot put up there where Patrick was looking for Eric, only to find Eric talking to BJ, and wasn't like, didn't that have something to do with the copper wiring, or the copper did, or wasn't it? Because I thought it had something to do with that, and it had something to do with you shouldn't placate BJ because of what what was that all about? I need to ask what that was all about. Yeah, I think that there's a manipulation going on with the copper wiring, and I think that that has murkied the water and has given people an excuse to kind of walk away or run away. But there's some people that are still there. So what's going on here? There is so much to this crap that, wow. So I think she hit on something with that copper wire that I just didn't realize was such a big deal, and the pending charges about that, which, and the bail and all of that, and Eric going back and forth at the same time that BJ's coming in and out. That's good eyesight. That's good. Guys, you got to check out. I'll go ahead and link that video below because I think it's key. It's very important. I think it's key for that. So that really throws a wrench in everything, because what it does is it muddies the waters that have now brought family members out of that home. And so an investigation, it makes it, I would assume, so much more difficult especially if there's family members involved in the investigation that's going on. That's really sad. That's really sad. It still doesn't mean, in my opinion, that Betty shouldn't be reunited with her siblings and with her nephew. And I don't know what's going on with that family, except for the fact that they didn't need this. They simply did not need this extra added on thing. And, the collateral damage here, obviously, is, the three people that are in a home and Betty. I mean, I don't know. Do you guys think that Betty's really all that calculated? I mean, what is she doing with the money? See, that's the thing. Like, that's the thing. Where is the money being spent? Where is Betty getting any kind of reward from all that money? And we know that the other three aren't getting it. And, I don't see where Larry gets it. So even if it's BJ that's taking it and it has something to do with that wiring or the copper, I mean, if it has anything to do with that, it's just a giant mess. It's just, so there's problems with the home. There's problems with the mental capacity of the people. There's allegations of ABUSC, and now this is piled on top of it. And then there's all these peripherals messed around just to muddy the waters and to show distraction. What's going on here? And somebody said to me, "Hey, Toddy, does that mean that Eric's going to leave because he wrote that letter that's what it sounds like to me, that he's not going to give them the money, that they forfeited the money." And here's the thing. Where's the Whittakers going to fight for that? They're going to have to fight for that. And if they do, they'll probably have to have a lawyer. And that lawyer is going to get a third of that. So that's terrible. Eric Carroll walked in there and saw what he wanted. And I think found a messed up family that he could find some other nefarious things to behave upon, in my opinion. And I think the new person in charge of taking the family away again, just destroy the whole damn family. Because why? This guy's going to walk away with maybe $150,000, and he's that greedy that he would destroy everybody's life. Maybe pay somebody 15 grand or something like that. Sonny's in there with the same idea. Now let's take Betty away. Yep. Guys, I also want to thank Lady K for doing a live stream with Patrick. That was all organic. Nobody was expecting that to happen when it happened. And there was no side taking there. Anybody could say that there's side taking. Giving somebody a safe platform to tell their truth is all anybody can offer somebody, a safe place to tell their story. If they don't tell their truth to their story, that's on the person telling the story, not on the person that opened up their door and said, "Yes, you have a safe place to tell your story." That just seems like a good host to me. So I've seen some stuff in comments in the chat before. If you guys feel like you need to pick on somebody, you can come on over here, because I was the one, and I'm the one that's in contact with Patrick. So I want to thank you again, Lady K, for doing that. There's nothing wrong with that. So I'm going to continue to do it because I appreciate it when somebody gives me the benefit of the doubt. And that's just the way that I feel. So, and if you guys have any kind of issues with Patrick or something, you could talk to me about it. I'm happy to talk to you guys. All right. Be kind to me too, man. Come on. There's nothing wrong with hearing another person's side to a story and let them talk. The way it stands right now, I believe Patrick. I believe what he said to me. He said, "Toddy, I'm an asshole, but I ain't that kind of asshole." So I believe that he has the best interest of the Whittakers at heart. And I don't think he did anything nefarious. That's my feeling. And if I'm wrong and I find out I'm wrong, I will get on my channel and I will get on Lady K's channel and I will apologize. I will apologize, even though, me believing in somebody or me believing somebody. Hey, 2 days ago, I thought Sonny was a decent person, right? I definitely think Patrick's a better person than Sonny by far, and I think he's a better person than Eric as well. Yep. Okay, so now I pick sides. But you know what side I'm really on? Team Whittaker. Team Whittaker. Don't give up on them yet until you know it's over. Don't let Sonny tell you it's over. Don't let Eric tell you it's over. Don't even let Patrick tell you it's over. Unless somebody has proof that it's over, it ain't over yet. Right? All right, guys, this is Everybody Has a Story to Tell with Toddy One Skip. And man, is this one hell of a story or what? All right, guys. See you on the next one. Take care. Thank you. Bing, boing, bing. Everybody Has a Story to Tell with Toddy One Skip.